You're gonna get
No, I'm really not.
You're just gonna put hanging up back
Yeah,
there.
air squad.
Yeah, this is kind
I'm trying to figure out a way. I might just put it over by the Iowa State sign when you walk in, so you just drop it in there.
Yeah.
I need to figure out the system for that because I might put a shelf back there anyway.
Well, it's so hard.
I know, and it's inconvenient. The rows really steep. I know.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it. I got to figure out how to do it. It's not perfect
I'll give you one.
Anyway.
because I couldn't put it in the wall. There's nothing hanging back there, so
The girls is gonna go
Mr. Ward.
happy. Me.
Are you pumped because it's Brett Week?
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Let's go.
Sadie.
Oh yeah, Mr. Ward, not gonna lie, when I woke up on Monday, I literally woke up and said, Brett Week! Like,
I did
that's
too.
so
Oh my
many-
god.
We have.
Is that
All right.
that? It is very weak.
All right. So everyone's got a book. Paul will be back. Oh,
We don't have
Ow.
There's only about 3 people that actually don't have
Is there an open spot up there?
Really?
Who sits there?
Mara.
Abby.
Oh yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, me, Abby.
What the heck?
Okay. Hey. Bye.
Patrick's cousin.
I don't want to push you.
We need to join the
Where
class.
is she?
Where's your trash can?
Go over to the
It's
syllabus.
way up by his
What the
head.
heck is this?
No.
Someone stole his other trash can.
Can you move it like conveniently right
Are you
now?
gonna get another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got to figure out where one of the janitors moved. It was out.
What the heck?
Are you sure?
What the heck is this?
What the heck, Mr. Ward?
Whoa, whoa,
Oh!
whoa.
Hey! Sit. Sit.
How
Then you don't have a trash can over here.
Okay. Calc book, you're welcome. Mr. God. Hey, Mr. God had fun. No. Mr. God already had. He already had book covers on them. Now, some of you don't have book covers. You have to get a book cover
Oh,
on
mine has
Wednesday.
my name on it.
Ooh, too bad, so sad.
Okay,
Right?
just make sure you get a book cover. Okay. Hey,
I had it. I didn't want it.
hey, book covers on by Wednesday. A lot of you already have points for it. There's a couple in here that don't. You need to get a book cover. Okay. Anytime you
okay.
get
Boom.
So what?
Can you give me it back?
Yes.
I'll
give you a back. Okay. All right. They got to be on there by Wednesday. It's 5 points. It's all or nothing. It's not one of those things like, oh, I'll put it on tomorrow. Yeah, you're gonna put it on tomorrow, but you still got a 0 in the
That
grade
would
book.
make you bitch this time.
I can't see it.
Okay, hey, do Wednesday. I'll check them on Wednesday. Now, hey, raise your hand if you're on the egg trip on Wednesday. Okay.
I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding.
What'd you say?
Okay. Well, just make sure, have you write the score down on Tuesday.
Okay.
If you're gone Tuesday, I'll check when you give it.
All
All right. Now, hey, real quick. Okay, just to warn you again, for the model teacher position, there'll be random administrators, teachers in here. Just be aware of that.
You should put model / teacher.
Do you model for Target or what?
No. So, but there'll be random teachers in here, and they're just watching what we're doing. They might even participate. Just go with the flow. Other than that, these things are not an option. You have to bring these every single day. I know it said Chromebook. There's some days we're gonna go online. We're gonna graph stuff on Desmos. You need a textbook with that book cover on it every single day. Don't ask, just bring it. Even though maybe someday we won't do homework, it's nice to have it in case we need to refer to an example in the book. We're going to open those books today and we're going to check them out properly with the numbers and stuff, but then we're also going to look at how to read it. Because for calc is a tough one. We have to read the textbook. This is one of those things I'm going to require that you actually read it. I know that's weird. I didn't do that in any other classes. This class is specific because there's so much stuff I can't cover in class that you reading it will cover some of the stuff. Okay? All right, textbook. Here it is. It was expensive. I think this morning it was $142.
Yeah, that was a week.
Okay? Yeah, that was week. I think it was $142 this morning, and that was used price. I don't remember what the brand new price is, so we only buy used. Now,
You guys of last week?
okay. No, $142 is this morning. Now,
Brand new
You
price.
actually checked
oh,
it.
I have no idea. I don't even look at it. Now, calculators. I warned you yesterday, like this one right here is okay. I don't recommend going out and spending that type of money if you're not going to go into math. Like these are going to work fine, but the thing is, I'm going to hand calculators that kind of look like this one out later, like maybe even this week and this month and stuff, because we need to make sure you know actually how to use one. Because in college, that might be a requirement for your math class. Like use that and know how to work all the systems on it. So it's kind of nice if you've already had prior knowledge. Because sometimes some kids come in, they've never seen that thing before. They don't know how to type, they don't know what it's meaning, how to get to different menus. So we'll do that. Okay, expectations, you guys are pretty good, you guys know. This class is going to be a challenge sometimes. Try your best. The thing that I want you guys to try to take advantage of this year is that when we're in class, we're working on tough problems. and you're trying to work out a certain type of problem a certain way, do not be afraid to go to these marker boards, take out a marker, and work on it together, and work on the marker board. Because you can have people watching you, because I'm sure people have the same question you do. You can have other people typing in how to do something, what you're missing, and when you get it done, then you can copy it to your homework. Okay? Because I want this to be more of a community trying to learn how to do calc than you individually trying to learn and other people just copy you. Okay? I want it to be like participating, you're trying problems out, and if you're working on a tough problem in the homework, do it. That way we can all have feedback on what you're doing and what you're doing right or wrong. Okay? All right, classroom policies. Your textbook, you're assigned it, it has individual numbers. Okay? They should be numbered on the inside in big black or blue or red. I believe most of yours are black. I think the blue one is still sitting back there.
What if you're color deficient?
It'll be grayish
Too
black.
bad, so sad.
All right, now, that's your individual book. I only have that one extra. So don't come in here and ask for a book because you forgot it at home. I only have the one. I had 15, and I just put it in there. So, seat arrangement, it'll eventually mold away. I said probably by next week sometime. Okay, cell phones. Hey, cell phones, I really appreciate that you guys put them up there. You don't need to put them in any specific spot. And yes, I already confirmed. That will go in a different area of the room. I know that's super inconvenient. It will. I'm going to try to put it back there. I'm going to try to get like a shelf that I can just put it on and it works. Because I need to put the pencil sharpener back there too, because that's my only plug-in. Other than the one over there.
Why did you want this classroom?
I just like the marker space. Because the other room I couldn't do
Well,
it.
you had the option, you chose to come.
Mr. Moore, I looked up the price of the book for a very good used version. It's only
What is it now?
$75.57.
Okay, so it did fluctuate a lot.
Last week
I'm not doing it. It was
$65 more.
All of these are like the same.
Why would it go from 142 to
72, 75,
It does.
75,
My pre-calc books right now were over 250.
That's acceptable. That's not good. You don't want an
250.
acceptable.
Last year,
You want
the
at least
pre-calc
good.
book was 100 something, like
You can get the
116.
rentals though. You
So-
have a rented book.
I'm not
You
doing
can
that.
get around.
Yeah, that's a lot. All right.
It's just that cool pepper.
Disabilities and challenges. If you have a disability or challenge, you gotta let me know. I think most people are kind of covered on this. I usually know ahead of time, but you gotta let me know. Especially when we get to the book checkout. You gotta let me know. When we get to the book checkout, you're gonna say the number. I'm gonna say the number back to you, and all of your neighbors are gonna confirm and by saying yeah that was the right number. Because I had somebody 2 years ago say the wrong number, and I had to charge them for a book because they said 72 and it was 27. That type of thing.
Well, that's not
And-
fair.
Charge them because
That's
it's
No,
dyslexia?
Yeah. And I had to charge them because it wasn't the right book.
Does this say 15? I have left and right.
That's a mental illness.
Mr. Moore, I believe that was your fault though.
It's not mine. I said the number out loud, they said yeah.
So I don't get it.
That's the problem. That's not the right book. All right. Hey, cheating, not tolerated. I know that we're going to use Slater and we're going to use other websites because I'm going to show you links to other websites.
I'm gonna show you
Hey,
links on their website.
hey, I understand that you're gonna be in that mode where you want to go check your answers. That's great. Checking answers are fine. But if you're just using that to do your homework, now we have problems. Because the way I'm going to show some stuff is not going to be the way that the book will show it. Because I have shortcuts and I have other ways that I've learned it over the years of doing that. That might be easier for you. Does that say 19 or 14?
19.
Why is there a 19?
It's probably
What?
So
I
did,
don't know, Lord,
so
you've
did
been
Mr.
lying to
Godwin,
us for 2
I have
days
no- I have
now.
did Mr. Godwin,
Oh my god.
This is 19, Mr. Moore.
did he use like a bunch of books? Because I have 15.
Why is it 16 on it?
That's 20.
Why do I have 15?
What the heck?
Mr. Moore,
What the heck is this?
Alright, anyway.
Mr. Moore, there must be some missing books.
That's my-
We better stop and look
Alright,
for them.
no, alright. Okay, anyway.
Whoa.
Homework, hey, homework 2 to 3 assignments a week. I'll break some up sometimes. I said 10 to 15.
Per
Okay.
each or total?
Per assignment.
No,
No.
there's 10 to 15
No, hey,
copies the whole year.
here's the thing. That's just a rough guesstimate. That's an average. Sometimes if it's an easy calculation like in the first chapter, we might go over 15 easy. Just because maybe it's just something you just type, you hit enter, there's your answer, you don't really have to think about it. But if it's challenging, I can't assign 15 because you have to get it done in the time frame that I'm going to assign. Okay?
You know what we should do?
Yeah.
So that calculator says 2 sine pi divided by 2
Yeah.
times answer. We should figure out what that answer is. Because
There's
it says
3.234469136.
A. No, what the answer is like in the problem itself. You know what I'm saying?
do any math.
With the A.
Why would you
We can do it.
suggest we do that?
Yeah.
No,
I'll do it
A.
later. Alright.
Thank you.
Just do a burst of it, come on.
No, hold on. Now, hey, late work, you guys know the drill. If you turn in homework, let's say we turn in homework next Wednesday, because maybe we have something due. I hand it back to you by Friday, let's say, and you missed a couple points on it, you can always fix, turn it back in. Do not wait. Hey, do not wait until the end of the year, or the end of the midterm, or end of the quarter to be like, hey, I'm gonna fix like 4 or 5 assignments, because I don't really like my F. You're too late. When I hand it back, that's the day you should be working on it. And I'm not gonna grade it 15, 16 different times. You're gonna make one effort at trying to fix it, a good effort.
You don't think that lowly of anybody in here, do you?
No. But I had, like last year I had like Morgan Wessendorf, she would do it. Well, no, I'm not saying she would do it, she'd write her answer really quick. It was still wrong. She didn't read the right question still. And then I'm like, no, I hand it back to her and she's like, I got the same answer. She would fix it again. Nope. And what she was just doing, just randomly guessing. I'm like, just go look at it. So I'm not gonna sit there and check it over and over and over. So, all right. Tests, you can always retake a test once, every test one time, so just keep that in mind. But again, it'll be a new test, it'll have different problems on it, some that are similar, okay? All right, grading policies, you guys know the A's, B's, and C's and D's. Remember, you cannot take a 0 in here, you have to do the homework because it will add up. Don't get behind on homework. It can be tough. Quarters, or the quarter grades, still 40, 40, 20, 20% semester test. The semester test will be just like the previous years, where, I don't know, 15, 16 different problems. It'll be just the major things you were supposed to learn.
So is it cumulative though?
Yeah, still cumulative, but it's just the biggest bullets you were supposed to learn. Stuff that you've probably seen multiple times since then. Not just a random obscure thing we learn on, Tuesday. But it's gonna be something that's big.
What's your favorite angle?
A cute one, a little cute one.
Yeah, funny. All right. Anyways,
Exactly.
hey,
What's your favorite
hold on.
angle?
All right. Homework, 55% of your grade is homework, 40% is test, 5% participation. Hey, you have to be actively participating in a calc course. I've taught calc a number of years, and I know that's weird, like, word you never taught. I taught at Ventura for many, many years before I came here. The people who are successful in this class are actively participating with their group members in their same room to get better at it. The people that are lone wolves that try to do everything by themselves, or they try to alienate themselves, or they don't want to talk, they just want to look at everyone's answer and write it down. You'll be the person that will not remotely have a chance.
What if they're just introverts?
So, introverts are fine, but I'm talking about the person that's just like, they're going to sit in the back of the room and just copy the people's answers and never
Like
attempt.
top, like
Sydney, you're in the back row.
You guys are in the
What
back.
You're in the back row. Non-Euclidean geometry.
Yeah, you.
Jay, not believe in both.
Does calculus apply to non-Euclidean though?
Yeah.
I don't like that word.
What?
Euclidean.
Non-Euclidean.
Most of the time we're using Euclidean, because we have to.
What if
Okay,
not?
wait,
What if non-Euclidean geometry
Are we
were
supposed to know
actually
what
like
it
the
is?
base geometry?
What is your favorite sign?
You don't know what Euclidean
One
geometry
might make sense and one doesn't
Alright.
make sense.
Hey,
Mr. Ward, oh, I need to listen to Mr. Ward.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
I should know that line. One says the.
I have like
Okay,
5 pages, I don't know. And I started making more.
Okay, all right, 3 websites. If you haven't written them down by now, you don't need to go online and check it out, but these are the 3 web addresses that take you to the same site. You guys know the drill.
You want me to write?
I don't know if they've changed. These 2 haven't. This one has. That's probably the newer one that I've used. I've used a different one in the past.
Did you
but I
just
got
get
rid
that
of
this summer?
This one, no, I had it, I think, middle of last year. I got rid of the
What's
Mr.
the one you
Word
told me about at basketball camp
math.com.
that you were gonna get?
So, teacher.coach.
Oh yeah, you were so excited.
Yeah, like teacher.coach. Like that's the whole address. That's what you type in. But it was like $70 a month. I was like, that's probably the most expensive website like address I've ever seen. That's probably why no one's bought it. Just because usually web address is about $20 a
So
month.
you should buy it.
I don't know if I can.
I think it's a
Get rid
sign.
of all of them
Drop
and
all
just
of
the
them and then do
teacher.
that one.
All you need is
$70.
Mr. Word,
That's $700 in just the time I have you.
why aren't you wearing your Apple Watch?
Fine.
So lost it.
Oh,
You lost it in a
In a
muddy
What?
pool.
Is my
During
speech
your acting
right?
on your
Is
website.
it
When a big
is it
old
gonna be
quarter
there
mile
for
you
long
didn't even
slide.
ride
Wait,
the
it's
right.
there. It was a quarter mile long slipping slide.
Show up.
We're not
Wait,
doing
Jackie.
it. 13 public pool.
Hey,
How much
In
like
Bogota,
the Google
39
domain costs per month?
Muddy.
How much like the domain for
Money
Google
pool?
costs per month?
Muddy.
Oh, they just
Muddy.
own it.
So we're doing this one. Muddy.
They own-
they own a bunch of addresses.
So you're saying
don't
you
pay.
don't own those?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, I'm just renting it basically.
Why would you rent?
So,
Mr.
Why would you
Ward,
write 10 million?
is this a new quote or is this the same quote as last year?
What?
Yeah, the mindset of a child.
Same quote, same quote.
Yeah, I have a question. Mr.
I'm gonna
Ward.
change it.
Yeah,
I'll
I
figure it
said that in my speech,
Mr.
I
Ward.
quoted his website.
Alright,
Are you gonna get a new Apple Watch?
yes.
He wants to get the new one, but they're not gonna put a camera on it.
Okay.
They will never have a
Hey,
camera.
let's focus. Okay, website, you guys know the drill. Your guys' lessons are under daily lessons. There'll be a drop down, I think Calc's the top one. If you scroll down to the bottom, it'll have the daily ones that I update each day.
And they have
So
one-
like this link right here will take you to just like all the videos. But if you scroll down, you'll get just like today's video. This would have been yesterday's because I'll update these like
Let's
this.
watch it.
This will update tonight at about 4 o'clock. Update the outline of what we talked about. These links, like the picture, the word calc, the word homework is hot link. It will take you directly to that site.
And then it should zoom
Down here at the bottom,
in.
calculus, the word calculus and the picture of the book will take you to like all the videos that we did this year. But if 90% of people don't want to scroll, they just want to click at the top. I don't have an archive because obviously I haven't taught calc here, and I didn't have a video camera back in the day. I didn't really think about that. So what's going to happen is that you guys, if you need to watch an archive, that'll be only for anything like you need to go back and review something from like a previous class. Professional development for any of those teachers to walk in. Girls basketball, student council, chess club, and about me stuff. But
Chess club.
now,
You have chess club videos?
yeah, we played good matches and stuff. We recorded it.
Yeah, where's
I
my?
put it on. I put it on.
Yeah, where's Justin's video?
Show the class.
It's under the about me page.
Give me a watch.
Is it really?
Mr. Ward,
Do that now.
Can we just watch it quick?
Oh, bye.
what is the average amount of time per week you spend working on this website?
Oh my goodness.
It's a bad amount. It's a lot.
It's
Why?
It's a lot.
Do you like no life this account?
What?
Do you like no life this?
Are you gonna make a
No,
math
no, I don't do that.
podcast yet?
Are you gonna play this video or do you want me to?
A couple hours probably.
Not
Yeah.
him.
That ain't gonna be considered no life.
Yeah, let him
Mr.
play it.
Ward,
No,
question.
what?
Are you gonna start your podcast yet?
No.
Mr. Ward, I see you did give Justin the.
Will you play Justin's video?
All right.
I will then.
Now, hey, under calc, these are the addresses, the links that you want to click on. Khan Academy, in case you're not getting something, Khan Academy has different videos. It has tutorials. It has clickable like exercises that you can practice, like clickable like problems that you can try to work out. See if you can get it. SciMath is calculators, kind of like that TI-89 that I said you can't use. But SciMath will actually solve the math problem and show you all the steps and how to solve it.
That sounds awesome.
So it's kind of nice. It's online. It's
Is
kind
that
of
on test?
Where's the link?
I probably will, I know this seems weird, I will probably put Slayer up there just because it's nice to check your answers. I don't know how many answers are in the back. I will probably link it. I know that seems weird. Wolfram Alpha is that calculator, we used that a lot last year. It's an encyclopedia. So it doesn't pull things from the internet. It's just whatever it knows about that problem, how to either solve it or information about it, it puts it up there. It can be history, it can be graphs, it can be what it's used for, everything. But what people don't understand is about Wolfram Alpha, you can use it for research papers. Like if you have a topic you need to research, Civil War or something, type it in. It'll give you pertinent information without searching the internet. It's all verified information, not like Wikipedia. Wikipedia is whatever the collaborators that are working on that page can add. This is verified information. So it's kind of nice. I would definitely use it on research papers if you're going to do something.
Why are you giving us this for math?
Because it's a calculator still. You can still use it as a calculator.
It's not really a calculator, it's an encyclopedia.
But it is a calculator because it actually uses the calculator Mathematica.
But you just said it's an encyclopedia.
Tyler, shut up.
Yeah, it's like a calculator. Because it'll add extra stuff that you don't want to know.
It's like
now,
do it.
Desmos, we're going to use that for graphing because it's still pretty drag and drop kind of stuff.
It's
Okay, tomorrow or tonight at 4, roughly, the new picture will be here. It'll have the clickable link. It'll say August 24th. It'll have what we're talking about today, which is basically the checkout for the book and the website. The big thing about it is when you click on them, it'll take you to that individual website if you never did this last year. Has the outline of what we talked about. And if there's individual problems, I'll list those. And they won't have all the solving parts of it, but it will have the problems we worked on that day. It will have, if there's homework, like I had the wrong due date. This is just an example. But it'll have the homework if there's homework when it's due. If there's worksheets, it's a clickable link. So you can click and you can download the worksheet on your Chromebook and print it out through Google Doc. Or they have the MacBook in the library. You can go in there, open up the website, click it, and download that page to that MacBook and print it. Okay. Now PowerPoints, they're on there in case you guys know the drill. We'll still try to use. I don't know if you guys used these last year. We're going to use a thing called Nearpod. In here.
Yeah.
Okay. If you've ever done a Nearpod. I don't know if I did it for you guys last year.
No.
but- Okay, Nearpod is, anytime we're gonna do a PowerPoint, let's say we're doing a bunch of definitions, a bunch of properties that day about something we have to learn that we're gonna use, and I'm doing a PowerPoint, I'm gonna use Nearpod, and what Nearpod is, I use PowerPoint up here. Nearpod will have a code on the board, you don't download anything, don't sign in anything, it doesn't do anything, but all you do is you type the code in nearpod.com, and what that does is when I'm doing the PowerPoint, it's doing the PowerPoint on your Chromebook in front of you. And it's going
Why
to
does
slides.
that help us?
It's so that you don't always have to look up. It's 2 inches in front of you. You can kind of watch the screen. You can be writing down your notes in front of you.
Wait, does it show you
So-
doing the work?
I already have all the work on there for you.
Would that be
So-
optional?
No, it's just one of those things like if you want to have it open, you can. If you just want to watch me do
So
it,
if
fine.
you write something on the
So.
board, will it go on my computer?
I'll probably already have it written on that slide when it pops up.
But what if you write something on the board?
That's different.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be. Okay, all right, stop. All right, now, hey,
Did you choose a favorite?
videos up there, you guys know the drill. I'm gonna try to update the camera later this year. I'm gonna try to go 4K instead of just 1080. No, no. It's fast.
He just told us to upgrade his
Yeah, but
internet.
last year he said it would take him too long to have it on, like to export it off of his phone.
No, that, doing it off the phone, but off the camera would be a different story, because the camera, I can use,
Camera.
memory cards.
What did you say,
which are
was it
faster than the
64
phone.
gigabytes a second? Your internet?
My internet?
Yeah.
No, it's gigabit ethernet, so I think it's 1,000 gigs per second or something like that.
Yeah, did I hear him say that?
Can you game like really hard on that?
That's good.
That's about the best you can get.
Yeah, it's a fast.
It's a fiber
We
optic.
got like 16 minutes left.
So,
All right, how do you afford that?
it's not that expensive, it's only $130 a month.
Only $130 a month.
It's not bad. Okay,
But he's still talking
to
about
be
this.
like-
Literally, right before this period, you was talking about how
Doesn't
you
get
barely
on,
have
so it
to
has
buy,
to
and
be
you're like, I'm getting a new Apple Watch, no big deal.
I'm gonna give you a camera.
all right.
He's paid off his student loan.
He has a
He has-
Lambo.
Real good at
I have 2 cars.
Xbox for $500 for that.
Yeah, you don't need this card.
There's an X plus 500 gigabytes. That's what I right?
All right, hey,
So that'd be this one.
use the website. Trust me, in this class, like, I know I always say it a lot, this class can be super helpful, especially like you guys are period 9 or period 8. If you're leaving for football, if you're leaving for volleyball, cross country,
I gotta leave.
anything,
Football.
it's hard to try to learn this in the morning when you've already missed 2 classes and you're trying to figure out how to do this, and it was tough in the beginning.
Okay.
You can watch those videos. Use the website. It's free, doesn't have any ads, nothing, so use it.
No ads.
No ads, nothing.
That's what I'm here for, no ads.
Okay, all right.
Man, no, it's my friend.
Let's open up your textbook.
Yeah, I'll-
I need to do, let's do a quick checkout of your
No.
textbook here.
Did you find your favorite angle yet?
You joke.
45.
No, I'm not joking.
Why 45?
Can I have
Can you
an
tell me?
extra?
Ward.
It's 9.
That's boring.
Ward.
That's
Why
boring.
5 times 9?
9
Or it's perfect because it makes a perfect.
Why is 9 the perfect number?
If you have them together, if you got those together, you got 3, 6, you
All right,
can put that
here we
in
go.
7, 20.
Why is 9 the
27,
perfect
26.
number?
Okay, I'm gonna say your name, you're gonna say your number, I'm gonna say the number back to you, and everyone around you confirms by saying yeah, that's all I need.
Are you
Everybody say
back
yeah altogether.
there?
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
What does it say?
17. 19.
Do you drink Dr. Pepper?
Take
Okay. Okay, come on.
Here we go, so 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, 18?
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle,
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Confirm?
Yeah.
I have not confirmed it.
Yeah.
Can I see your book, please?
Dakota,
Five.
Thank
somebody
you.
confirm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
4.
Yeah.
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 No.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drosty.
16.
Yeah. Yeah.
You talking?
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
Austin.
a pen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, confirm 20?
Oh, what?
Oh, I gotta see it. I gotta see it, Austin.
Tyler.
I showed up.
13.
Somebody confirm?
Yeah.
Luke?
16.
6.
Hey,
what number is this? What's talking about?
6.
Yeah.
6 or 9?
That's 6.
Okay, just make
Yeah.
Do you want to underline it so we know?
Yes.
Okay,
Wait,
Justin.
Lucas, you got.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Does everyone have a clear
Hey,
picture?
Reese.
Oh wait. Shit.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicole.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sid.
16.
Makes sense.
You know how to.
Okay, 3.
She has 4.
Wait,
Confirm 3?
yeah, I come here because she's a compulsive liar. Yeah, it's 3.
Okay, alright. Open up your book, let's take a look at it. Alright, let's go to the first page. Page 1. We're gonna just talk about a few things.
What?
Okay?
How come they never actually start the first page, just page 1
Ah. So, okay, table of contents, page 1.
Where's page 1?
A library of functions.
Okay,
Thank
I don't like the feeling
Alright.
of these pages.
it's page 2, sorry, page 2.
They make me-
Alright,
Oh, I get that too, dude.
No, it's
These
not.
are
Jobs and
gross.
functions.
alright,
It's page 1.
what?
Page 2.
What's gross?
Page 2.
The feeling
Oh,
of
the
the
table of
pages.
contents.
They feel.
Okay, alright, page 2. You can see the title at the top, section 1.1. It's gonna be functions and change, rate of change. We're gonna be talking about this on Monday. Today is just gonna get kind of an overview. The most common mistake that people make in Calc 2, Calc 3, differential equations, whatever class you're going to in college, they don't know honestly how to read their textbook. Like it's not every textbook. It's math textbooks specifically are super difficult to interpret, to understand like what are they telling me, what am I looking at. The best people in Calc and above are the kids who honestly, like no joke, are gonna read their textbook, maybe not like a novel, but they're gonna read it. They're gonna read it and try to get a feeling for the sections, the topics, and get a feel for how things are connected. Because I'm not joking. When I was in school, when I was a senior in high school taking Calc, just like you
You
are,
read the book.
I have
In
to.
the first
Yeah.
day.
Because unlike you, I didn't have a teacher, right? We had no teacher for Calc. You were taking it online, and you had to submit all work online through the database. You had to like take a picture and submit it, and then you had to take tests with a proctor that was in your class that had no experience. Calc. That's a tough way to learn, and so I had to read. I would say without a doubt that I was better at calculus because I read the book. Now, don't get me wrong. I would have been better off with a teacher teaching me like you guys have, but I'm just saying that the people who read are leaps and bounds above others because they've already kind of figured it out before the lesson came around or before the homework. So my challenge to you is that every day we're in a section, like if we're in section 1.1 for the next day or two, at some point just try to skim through it. You don't have to read for memorization. Just skim through it so you get a feel for what the topics are, what they're talking about, what are we going to learn. In case there's something you have no idea how it works, and that's a topic that we're going to talk about, that's when the greatest questions can happen. There's going to be stuff that I won't cover. We don't need it. Because I'm just thinking back to my own Calc experience. I know the topics we have to cover for a college level course. So I won't cover everything, but I'm going to cover the major bullets to make it easier for you guys. So that when you go to college, you're well above any other Calc kid that walks in that room. Because you're going to know it. Yeah, I'd still recommend you taking Calc in college. Even though maybe it's Calc 1 or 2. It doesn't really matter. But you'll know it significantly better than they will. And so that you can cover the topics. So there's topics that you're going to see in college maybe are not here that I ever experienced. So at least you'll have the math background to like help you cope with that. Okay? All right. If you're looking, the pages have really good examples. They have really great pictures, but it's a lot of text. The font is really small. Like it is small. If you keep flipping, what page are you on there? Yeah, what were you on there?
Let's do it a random
Oh, no. So keep flipping. All right, right there. Turn to page 7. Page 7. You can get a feel for the homework. I would say, like, it doesn't look the same, but it's very, very similar to your pre-calc book. Like the feel of it. There's a lot of different style problems.
Do you have these pages
Oh,
memorized?
No,
I don't think so.
this is the first time that, the first year I should say.
I
I'm
expect
going
you to have this book memorized word for word now.
By
By the
No,
end of
It'll take me a few years.
actually by the end of the semester.
It'll take me a few years before I get a feel for it.
On Monday.
So, all right. Now, the homework problems really straightforward. I think they do a pretty good job. Remember, I will always use the directions the book uses on tests and homework and stuff. If I make my own worksheets, I always use the same wording that they choose, because that way we're staying uniform and you know exactly what the question's asking for. So if I do examples on the marker board, I will try to use the exact wording that they use. Okay? Or at least try to paraphrase it the best I can. Okay, if you flip the page, go to page 8, 9. You can get a sense. It keeps going. keep flipping. You can kind of see. It's gonna keep going for multiple pages.
Good thing we're not doing any of this, right?
Oh, crap.
It goes to what, page 69?
745.
69? That's, so not page 69, but problem number 69.
Oh,
So it's what, on page what was that?
753.
11? Yeah. So
Oh, Justin.
that was like 3
That's actually
pages
the
of
same page
homework.
I found.
Now, honestly, I'm not gonna assign all that. I'm not gonna do that to you. I know my calc teachers did that to me. It didn't make me better.
I thought you didn't
But-
have a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which one
good
is
point.
it?
The professor
You're not very good at
that I had for the online thing, that's what they would sign, that's what I had to submit. Yeah. So, but anyway, for this, you know, I'm not gonna always just pick story problems. There's gonna be a couple times in the homework I will. There's maybe 1 problem or 2 problems I really like that maybe they have a graph that I like or something that we can use. That it's easy to come up with the math for it. But we need to be ready that every section we're in, there's multiple topics we have to hit that are sometimes different, but eventually they'll mold and they'll get you to the thing that we need to get to in the later sections. So there's some topics I'll never cover because I don't need it because later on we won't use that material a lot. So, but you can get kind of a feel for it. Sometimes they get kind of wordy. It's not as bad as your pre-calc book. Your pre-calc book had like hundreds of problems per section. But you can see, if you keep flipping the pages, they do a pretty nice job of trying to space where the next section is. They try to do a nice bold heading. It's a lot better placement than your pre-calc book. Your pre-calc book didn't waste any space. They just went from homework right to the next section. It could have been at the bottom of the page and they just kept going. This does a really nice job of trying to highlight things. If you keep flipping, you can get a sense for how many sections we're going to cover. We are going to go through chapter 1, and in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have a test, and then we're off to chapter 2 and we're going. Okay, chapter 2 and 3 and 4, that's when it starts getting challenging. Questions?
Are we gonna learn one way of NOVA testing this year?
What are we going to do? Say it again.
Are we gonna learn one way of NOVA testing this year?
That's stats, we won't learn that.
It's not stats.
Nova testing?
NOVA testing.
I don't even know what that is.
ANOVA, all caps.
Don't even know. I never took stats.
Oh wow, I thought you
It's
were
your
cool.
word.
Oh!
You take those pictures on your car.
Definitely not. Yeah, I was that close to a penguin. So, all right. So, hey, get a feel for the textbook. I actually do like this textbook a lot. We're not going to hit every section. You guys know the drill. I'll bounce around a little bit, but you need to be ready to go Monday, day 1. Book covers. I know there's only 3 of you in here that don't have book covers. I need them on there before Wednesday. Who needs a bag? Or,
Me.
you want a bag?
Cindy, what if
I get a bag too.
Let's buy a $1 book
Not
cover.
basketball.
They're like $1 in Dollar General.
This is what I'm saying.
$1?
Oh,
Book covers are
bag.
$1?
Yeah, I knew that.
I think it's actually scams.
Why are you
Gotcha.
Why are you
They're
bullying?
3 or 4 of each. $1
how to make them?
cover.
You want one?
No, you know what Nicole's gonna do? She's gonna go buy one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that either, I just have bags.
She's just not gonna do it.
I have bags in my house too, it's just more.
Yeah, I just really don't want
Recess.
Well,
I
I
actually
don't,
have a
I don't
sack.
stay home enough to do it now.
Yeah.
Have you guys been in trouble for
I do.
it?
Are you
No,
gonna do it
because it's
now?
not a bag.
I don't know.
A sack
She's
without a
already-
can.
Yeah, it's labeled.
A sack without a
Hey,
can.
Riley,
You
turn
just
your
carry
light.